A May Day and pro-Palestine march making its way across the streets of San Francisco as we speak. NBC Bay Area's Ginger Conejero Saab is live in the Mission District. And Ginger, this rally is really linking up causes with other parts of the city as well.
Well, that is the expectation. Good morning, Chris and Marcus. We just heard just moments ago who we believe to be the last speaker at the program, at the rally here on 24th and Mission Street in San Francisco. Shortly, they will begin the actual march that will go through the streets of San Francisco, making its way to City Hall. Now, there are a coalition of groups represented and a number of speakers that have already taken to the mic to bring the message of solidarity on this May Day. Solidarity for labor groups, unions, nonprofits advocating for the rights of immigrant workers as well as undocumented workers. That march that I have been talking about will make its way from 24th Street and Mission all the way down to Market Street, make a right on Market, and then make its way to San Francisco City Hall. That's roughly about 2 miles. It is expected to arrive there at 12:30. There's another rally that's expected to start in the Embarcadero at Harry Bridges Plaza, also at 12:30.
May Day is a day for workers all across the world and all across the United States. It's a day of international solidarity. So we are out here today in San Francisco calling for the rights of all workers, all immigrant workers, all undocumented workers, and of course the workers that are in Palestine and the working class in Palestine.
Now you're seeing a map of the planned protests happening today, several here in San Francisco, others in Oakland, as well as the South Bay and other parts of the Bay Area. Now we did see at least one person holding up an Israeli flag here at the rally. I spoke with him briefly just moments ago. He says he is here in peaceful protest by himself with the messages of both bring the hostages home now and ceasefire now. Organizers to this rally say they recognize everyone has the right to free speech. They expect it to be a peaceful rally, and they do have de-escalation teams present, as well as San Francisco police escorts both at the front of the march as well as the back of the march to make sure that everything stays in line. We're live in San Francisco. Ginger Conejero, Saab, NBC Bay Area News.
All right, Ginger, we will continue to monitor that as well as others across the Bay Area.
Yeah, so speaking of that, overnight campus unrest escalated on some other college campuses across the country. Over the last 24 hours, law enforcement arrested hundreds of pro-Palestinian protesters, and UCLA is now canceling classes because of violence on the campus there. Let's check in with NBC Bay Area's Bob Redell, who's live at UC Berkeley, where hundreds of protesters remain camped out. And Bob, this has been so much more peaceful here in the Bay Area so far.
Absolutely. Good morning to you, Chris. Over the past week and a half, roughly, here at UC Berkeley, this pro-Palestinian encampment has grown to around 140 tents. This is the front lawn and the front steps of Sproul Hall. This is the main administration building on campus. It butts up against Sproul Plaza, where a lot of students come and go. They have been peaceful. The demonstrators have, as far as we know. I know they were doing a teach-in not too long ago this morning, and they have not disrupted operations here at Cal, again, as far as we know. Same goes for protesters at other campuses here in the Bay Area. Unfortunately, not the case down south at UCLA, where the school just announced that classes are canceled today because of the violence on campus overnight. This is when pro-Palestinian demonstrators who were camped on campus clashed with counter-protesters. The school says law enforcement is now stationed throughout campus, and at Royce Hall, where the violence took place, will remain closed through Friday. This was the scene yesterday north of here at Cal Poly Humboldt, where yesterday, as I mentioned, police arrested at least 25 protesters. This was part of a sweep to remove protesters who had been occupying the campus for over a week. Those arrested face a range of different charges, including unlawful assembly, vandalism, conspiracy, and assault of police officers. And on the other coast, on the East Coast, in New York City, police arrested around 230 people at Columbia University and City College of New York. This morning, New York Mayor Eric Adams praised his officers at City College for their restraint as protesters threw bottles and other items at police. Last night at Columbia University, NYPD cleared out Hamilton Hall, where a number of demonstrators had trespassed, occupied, and vandalized. The mayor says that the hundreds of arrests made last night in the city were necessary to keep peace, and said outside agitators who were mixed in with the student demonstrators made the crackdown of the pro-Palestinian protesters necessary.
Yeah, students have a right to protest, and free speech is the cornerstone of our society. But as our major concern, we knew and we saw that there were those who were never concerned about free speech. They were concerned about chaos. It was about external actors hijacking peaceful protests and influence students to escalate.
And this is video of officers replacing an American flag at City College of New York that had been removed by protesters. No injuries were reported in last night's police raids in New York City. Reporting live here at UC Berkeley, Bob Redell, NBC Bay Area News.